Greetings, YouTube. One of the things that you'll see in any political discussion in America are false equivalencies. A good example to my mind, because I had just yesterday done an upgrade to my Black Lives Matter sign I have outside my building, is that people will equate Black Lives Matter with Blue Lives Matter. That they're the same, initializations, and they think that they are equal, but they're not. Being black is an immutable characteristic. Being a cop is a job. They are not equivalent. Never have been, never will be. If you don't want to be a cop, stop being a cop. Go be a plumber. Don't hide behind the badge and think it's as immutable as being born into the world black, because it isn't. And these kind of false equivalencies are everywhere. And the conservatives get really upset when progressives point out that they're doing things that are categorically evil, because then they will say, well, we're doing this because it's our lifestyle, or it's part of our religion, or yada yada yada, and they'll compare it to immutable characteristics like somebody being trans or gay, or from another country, or from another ethnicity. Those things can't be changed. I was born in the U.S. That can never be altered. It is an immutable characteristic of who I am. I was never born anywhere else, and I will never be born anywhere else. This is where I was born. And if you discriminate against me because of that immutable characteristic, that should be illegal. That should be actionable, as they say. We do have protected classes, though. And these classes are not necessarily immutable characteristics, but we have come to realize that they are important. And the two that always come to my mind are the immutable, are the protected classes of politics and religion. Now, in the U.S., if you cannot discriminate against someone because of their political allegiances or their religious allegiances, and I fully endorse that. I don't want to discriminate against someone just because they're, in the Green Party. That's wrong. And you shouldn't discriminate against someone because they're a Democrat or because they're a Republican. Those aren't immutable characteristics, but they are protected classes. Your political allegiances are protected. There's a caveat to that. And that caveat is so long as you and your allegiances do not pose a danger to the public. And there is the rub. Because you see, the right poses a danger to the public. White supremacy, by its very existence, is an act of violence. White supremacy cannot exist without the application of violence. So if someone has an allegiance to a political entity whose core tenet is the support of the status quo of white supremacy, they are a danger to the public, and absolutely they should be discriminated against. They should be eliminated politically. They are a danger. White supremacy is a danger. And the Republican Party in the United States of America has taken white supremacy to be its core tenet. They will do anything to defend it. They will lie, they will cheat, they will gerrymander, they will commit voter fraud, they will create policies that push people into situations where they will be poisoned, they will be maimed, they will be beaten, enslaved, and murdered. And they will do this with a straight face, all the while looking you in the eyes and telling you that all these policies have to exist to protect the public. While they stand on a mountain of corpses and look gloriously into the sun like they are some kind of hero, when in actuality, they are the villain in the story. You cannot be aligned with the Republican Party in the United States of America today, in the year 2022, without admitting you support white supremacy. I am indifferent to whether you are or are not a white supremacist yourself. It doesn't matter at all. You support white supremacy. So your allegiance to the Republican Party should not be discriminated because you're simply a member of a political party. The actions resulting from that allegiance should be discriminated against. And there is the difference. It is your actions that I have a problem with. It is your actions that I think you should be prevented from committing. And it is your actions which show the world that the narrative, the core tenet of white nationalism must be eradicated. Social conservatism is the greatest danger that has ever been posed to our species. It is the foundation of all bigotry on the planet. You will never be able to find a form of discrimination or prejudice or bigotry and not be able to follow the path all the way back to social conservatism. I don't care what your political allegiance is. I don't care what your religious allegiance is. I don't care if you're Buddhist or you're Christian or you're Muslim or you're an atheist. I have found social conservatives in all of those groups. And it is the social conservatism that is dangerous. Of course, the problem is that one of the foundation blocks of social conservatism in the world is organized religion and certain political parties, political allegiances that are dangerous, such as white supremacy. So I will not be prejudiced against you because you tell me that you belong to, political party X. I'm going to want to know what your actions are, what policies you support, what politicians you support, and what you say and what you do. That's how I'm going to judge you. And of course, in America today, if you tell me you're a Republican, you have made that much easier because you are admitting to me that you have allied yourself with the white supremacy, because you can't be Republican in America today without that allegiance, without that support. So the name Republican isn't the problem. It is the policies they endorse and the actions they take and the deaths they want to continue spreading.